God is a God of second chances. And here we see Jesus giving yet another chance to Peter. May the peace and joy of Christ be with you today. In today's Gospel, which is taken from St. John chapter 21, verses from 15 to 19, we have the great encounter between Jesus and St. Peter. And we know this happens after the resurrection of Jesus at the shore of Tiberias. Of course, he meets with other disciples too. But here we see some beautiful things happening between Peter and Jesus. And we know God is a God of second chances. And here we see Jesus giving yet another chance to Peter and to other disciples too. Jesus wants to gain Peter again. And the most beautiful thing that we see here is that Jesus is making Peter the solid rock. We know now Peter was filled with guilt of disowning and denying his master, the Lord, whom he professed with pride as the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Now Peter is feeling terrible, and he didn't know what to do because Jesus was crucified and he had a part in it. But Jesus is coming close to him and trying to remove the guilt out of him. And we remember Peter saying at the Last Supper that even if everyone here leaves Jesus alone, he would not leave him alone. That he said because of his overconfidence and because of the feeling that he was the greatest among the disciples. And we know most of the time the disciples were discussing about this, who was the greatest among them. And there were many occasions for Peter to feel that he was the greatest among them. And because of that, Peter was making that statement with lots of confidence. But he failed, he fell. And Jesus enables him to discover the love that he had for his master and to affirm and to reaffirm the same. And that is where Peter becomes like a solid rock. Jesus enables him to discover his love for the master and to affirm and to reaffirm the same. And that is where Peter becomes the solid rock. No temptations, no trials, no whirlwind, no tempest, no hurricane could ever stop him or ever break him. He stood strong against all those in the name of the Lord because of his love for Christ. Peter has become the rock. And Jesus told him, "Follow me." And he followed even to the point of giving up his life for Christ. Following Christ requires love for Christ. And following Christ also means loving like Christ. And St. Peter is one of the greatest examples that we have for following Christ. And today's saints also give us a great example for following Christ with love. My dear friend, have you discovered your love for Christ? Do you follow Christ with love? May the love of Christ redeem us. Amen.